How many calories do you need to eat every single day if you're trying to lose weight? Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Chris and I'm an online fitness coach for women. And today we're going to talk about how many calories you need to eat every single day if you want to lose weight. Now, we're going to get right into it because I know you ladies want to know exactly what you have to do. I'm not going to give you this long introduction. You probably got things to do, so let's get right into it. So when it comes to losing weight, what you have to understand is calories, okay? Calories in, calories out. And when it comes to calories, it's basically energy that we have in food, all right? So obviously, food contains calories, and calories is basically energy. And when you think about the law of thermodynamics, which not to get all sciencey with you, but when you think about the law of thermodynamics, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transferred. And when someone gains weight, they're obviously just having too much food. They're basically overeating. When someone loses weight, they're having less food and they're undereating. And when someone's basically having the same amount of food that they're burning, so the food that they're putting out is food that they're bringing in, they are in what's called maintenance, okay? So a deficit is when you lose weight, right? Calorie deficit is when we lose weight, and a calorie maintenance is when we stay the same, right? And a surplus is when you gain weight. So if someone is being less active and eating more food, they're gonna gain weight. So when it comes to being a calorie deficit, how do you find your number, okay? So here's what you have to do. You have to understand that it's a couple of things that's going to take into effect. It's going to take into effect your height, your age, your weight, your level of activity, activity, and it's going to also take into effect if you're a man or if you're a woman. And hormones do play a role, but not that much, so don't get all worried and scared. If you put in the work, you will lose. So the main reason why most people can't lose weight is because they try to take this easy approach of trying to lose weight, where they basically try to do the least amount of work and think they're gonna lose the most amount of weight. Think about it like this: when you went to school, right, and we had to take, let's say you're in college, you have to study for your midterm, your finals. You had to study. You wasn't gonna go in there winging it because the goal was to pass the class, so you didn't have to take it again, and you wanted to get your degree and finish school and get on with your life and get into your dream job. Okay, so with weight loss, you have to take this seriously. So the first thing you have to do is track your calories. And that is step number one. You want to start tracking your calories. So what I want you to do, you can do this right now, or you can do this after this video. I want you to download MyFitnessPal, okay? Go to the App Store and download MyFitnessPal and start tracking the food that you're eating. Now, everything you're eating, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, track everything. Don't think, oh, I don't have to track this, I don't have to track that. Track it. Anything you're putting into your mouth, anything that you're eating, track it because it contains calories and it's gonna play a role into whether you lose the weight or not, okay? So track every single thing that you're eating. And if you have a hard time tracking calories, basically what you wanna do is just find the food that you're eating and just put it into MyFitnessPal. It's super duper easy. We live in a world where everyone basically is on their phone every single day, so you can definitely track your calories. Next, after tracking your calories, just getting that practice in because you want to, you do basically want to start practicing tracking calories because it's new for a lot of people and they don't really know how to do it. So just start taking out your phone and just tracking calories, everything that you're eating. You can go on to calorieking.com. Say it again, calorieking.com, and you can look at what foods contains what calories. So you start to learn how many calories is in an apple, a banana, 6-ounce chicken, how much calories is in a cup of rice. You'll start to learn this so you can track very easily. And when you track, you don't really have to go back and retrack. In MyFitnessPal, the cool thing is that when you put in your food from, let's say you put in a bowl of rice, you can go back and put that bowl of rice in from yesterday. So anything that's saved to your histories, you can just go back and put it in again. And we basically eat the same foods every single day. So if you had, let's say, chicken, rice, some broccoli, you can put that in again and not have to do this all over from scratch. Now, after you do that, step number two, I want you to go to Google, right? This is very important. Go to Google, type in TDEE calculator. TDEE stands for Total Daily Energy Expenditure. And this is how much calories you need to be at to maintain your weight. So if you're right now not at your TDEE, not at your maintenance calories, you have to eat up to get there. So let's say you go let's say you go calculate your calories, right? You go into the TDEE calculator, right? And you can Google this. It's the first link that comes up, all right? It's the first link. It's not gonna be the second or third, it's the first link. It's gonna say TDEE calculator. And once you go there, put in your information, your height, your weight, your age, your level of activity, your gender, and it's gonna give you a rough estimation of how many calories you should be at to be at maintenance. Now, Chris, you're saying, why should we be at maintenance? I thought I had to be in a deficit. Here's why. Most people don't have enough calories for their body to even start losing weight because you're under eating. Most people don't have enough calories every single day to even be in a position where their body can lose the weight. So what you first want to start doing is bring your calories up if it's too low. So let's say you're at 1,000 calories a day, which is very, very low. It's really, really bad. You should actually bring your calories up. What you want to do is find out what your TDEE is. And let's say your TDEE, your maintenance, is 2,000 calories, but you're at 1,000 a day. You want to slowly bring that 1,000 up to about 2,000 because you can't lose weight off of 1,000 calories because you're already having low calories. So when you drop 1,000, you're going to feel like you're not eating. So you want to bring those calories up. This is called a reverse diet. And when you bring your calories up, it's going to feel a little difficult in the beginning because you aren't used to eating that much food, but eventually you're going to feel a lot better. As you bring those calories up, you want to now start to be more active in the gym and outside of the gym. So go for walks, be active, play with your kids. If you go out with friends, go be active, take an extra walk, go ride your bike, whatever the case is, go jogging. You want to be active in the gym and outside of the gym, right? You're at work, take the stairs, do not take the elevator. Be as active as you can. And once you find out that you are at 2,000 calories for at least 2 weeks, right? You're bringing the calories up from 1,000, let's say you're at 1,000, and you are there for like at least 2 weeks, you're in a good place. Now, if you're someone who's already pretty much close to your maintenance, let's say you find out you gotta be at 2,000, but you was already eating at 1,800, then just bring it up to 2,000, which is basically 200 calories more, and you get to go there. Now, whether you were someone that had to bring your calories up, or you was basically already eating at the right amount of calories, you was already eating at your maintenance, good. As long as you're at your maintenance now, here's what you do next. Now, what you wanna do, after being at maintenance for 2 weeks, right, 14 days, what you wanna do is start to slowly trickle your calories down. And once you get to a 500 calorie lower than your maintenance, then you will end up being in a deficit. So let's say your calories is 2,000 calories, right? Once you get to about 1,500 calories, now that's about 500 calories below your maintenance, right? So now you do that consecutively, consistently for 7 days, that's gonna come up to 3,500 calories because 3,500 calories burns 1 pound of fat, right? So this right here that you dislike so much, you are gonna burn 1 pound of this. This is 1 pound of body fat, right? You will burn this with 3,500 calories, okay? So you're gonna do that for 7 days, but you wanna keep doing it. Don't just do it for 7 days. You wanna keep doing it. And when you keep doing it, you will slowly start to see the body fat come off. Do not get impatient. A lot of people, they feel like they should lose weight right away. What you want to have is delayed gratification. You want to take your time losing weight. Stop trying to rush the process. Take your time. Weight loss takes time. And it's not just to lose weight, but it's to keep the weight off as well. Once you start pulling your calories back, remember, you're still tracking your calories, right? So you started tracking calories on MyFitnessPal. You found your maintenance calories by going on to Google and typing in TDEE calculator. And let's say you found out now that you're supposed to be at 2,000 calories. Whether you're already close to there or you have to work your way up there, let's say you are there now. Now you just gotta pull your calories back. And when you start pulling your calories back, let's say about every week to a week and a half, you wanna pull back about 100 calories, slowly pulling back. Here's why you wanna pull back slowly. Because when you drop too fast, you'll lose the weight, but then you're gonna slowly put yourself into a crash diet. Because every time you drop your calories, your body's going to adapt. So you may not start losing weight until you hit about 1,700 calories, maybe 16, maybe 15, maybe 1,400 calories. You may only lose weight when you hit 1,500 calories and you might only lose 10 pounds. That's fine. After you've been at 1,500 calories for a while and once you do start to lose weight, stay there for as long as you can, maybe 2-3 weeks. Stay there as long as you can until you see your body's not losing no more body fat. When you start seeing that you plateau, and you will plateau, so don't get discouraged, you will plateau because your body will adapt. It's called metabolic adaptation. When your body adapts, now you just want to bring the deficit down even lower. So let's say you start losing weight at 1,500 calories, and for 2 weeks you was losing weight, but then you stopped. Now you want to start to bring your calories down a little bit lower to 14 and 13. Now things get tricky when you bring it down closer to 1,000. So you want to be very, very careful with that because you typically don't want to go lower than your BMR. Your BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. And when you go lower than that, things can get kind of tricky. Basically, this is the calories you need to be in a healthy place. But now you might be saying, Chris, what if I don't lose all the weight in one shot? What if I only lose 10 pounds, but I was trying to lose 20 pounds? But when I drop my calories from 2,000 to 15 to 14, and I only lost 10 pounds, what should I do? Well, here's what you do. If you try to lose 20 pounds, but you only lost 10 pounds, bring your calories down from 2,000 to like 18 and 16 and 1,300 calories. Now what you wanna do is put yourself in a reverse diet now, and you wanna slowly bring your calories right back up, but you wanna be as active as you can. Here's why. Because you don't wanna put back on the weight that you just lost. A lot of people, what they tend to do is they end up putting on the weight because they bring their calories up, going into a reverse diet, but they're not active. You wanna make sure that you're lifting weights 3 to 5 times a week. Lift weights 3 to 5 times a week, okay? And then you also wanna be active. Don't just think you're just gonna take walks in the park. You wanna be as active as you can, because now when you're being more active, you're speeding up your metabolism, so now you're burning more energy. So the food you're consuming, you're actually burning it off because you're being active, but you'll also bring your calories up, which is what you need to do, because you can't stay at, let's say you stopped at 1,400 calories, right? You're not gonna stay at 1,400 calories forever. You got to bring your calories right back up to your maintenance so that you can restart the weight loss process again. And this is what I like to call fat loss phase number 2, because you go into fat loss phase 1. If you have to, you do a second one, and then you do a third one. And you keep doing it until you hit your goal. Now, every time you do it, your metabolism is gonna constantly adapt. So when you bring your when you bring your calories back up to maintenance, now you're at maintenance, and you're gonna have to start the process again of dropping your calories. But you wanna keep being active and keep lifting. Eventually, over time, you're going to hit your goal of being as lean as you want to, as far as the body fat is concerned. And this is something that's gonna take time. I can't tell you that you're gonna definitely get it right the first time, because it's something that takes a long time for trainers to learn and fitness coaches. But if you execute this right, then you'll lose the body fat. But this is something that can take a lot of time, so I definitely advise you to get a professional. I'm someone that you can reach out to when it comes to this, because I've been doing this for a very, very long time. I understand fat loss, I understand building muscle, I understand calories and macros. And also when it comes to finding your calorie deficit number, what you also want to do is making sure you're having an adequate amount of protein. Because when you dip into calories, getting lower and lower, your body may dip into your muscles for fuel, because it's looking for energy, and you're restricting your calories. So when there's little body fat, it's gonna typically go and eat away at your muscles. And you don't want that, because muscle is longevity. You wanna keep your muscle. You wanna be lean, and you wanna be muscular. Not to look like a bodybuilder. I know sometimes for some of the women that I've come across when it comes to coaching them, they're scared of having that look. Don't worry about that. That takes a very, very long time to get to, and it's a lot of work, so you're not just gonna get like that overnight. But you definitely wanna make sure you're having enough protein. And I tell every woman at least 100 grams, and then I work their way up to more. So, and I have another video when it comes to how much protein you should have for your body weight, but at least 100 grams, because believe it or not, most people only getting 100 grams of protein per day. Now, if you're saying to yourself, Chris, 100 grams of protein, that's too much. No, 100 grams of protein is basically 400 calories, because there's 4 calories per 1 gram of protein. So that's 100 grams, that's 400 calories. And you're getting way more calories from carbs, right? Because we typically need about, 45 to 65% of our calories coming from carbs. So that's just the smallest percentage coming from protein. So don't think that's too much protein, because you're having way more calories coming from carbs. Leave you off with this. When you are putting yourself in this calorie deficit, you wanna make sure that you're tracking your calories as accurate as you can. And I highly, highly recommend this. If you are gonna take this seriously, I highly recommend getting a food scale. A food scale is gonna give you more of an accurate number of how much calories you're having. When you're about to eat, you take your plate, you put it on a food scale, and you're gonna weigh your food in grams. And when you weigh it in grams, you can now have an understanding. When you put it into MyFitnessPal, you can have an understanding of how much calories you're having. And that, once you really get good at tracking calories and having a food scale and constantly using MyFitnessPal as tracking calories, you're gonna be a lot better off. Now you're not just gonna know how much calories you're having, but you're gonna end up looking at how much the type of food, because it's also food quality, right? You wanna have high quality food that makes you wanna basically be active, more fruits, veggies, high protein foods. And you wanna pay attention to the carbs that actually make you feel good. If the carbs make you feel bloated and tired and sluggish, stay away from it because it's probably not working well with your system. Find the carbs that work well for you. For me, I can do oatmeal, I could do rice, I could do banana, and I could do potatoes, right? But sometimes I may feel a little bloated with rice. So I know with a banana and oatmeal, I feel perfectly fine. And with potatoes, I pretty much feel fine all the time too. So make sure you stick to the carbs that you know make you feel good. Because if you're getting bloated when you're eating, there's something wrong. You shouldn't be getting bloated all the time. With that being said, if you are a woman that's trying to lose weight and you feel like you're stuck and you've been trying all these diets and it's not working and you're getting frustrated, because I understand when you're trying to lose weight for a very, very long time, it can get very, very frustrating and you feel like you don't know what you're doing and you might even want to give up because you've been doing this for such a long time. You're feeling like it's not possible. I've met a lot of people who feel like their body is just incapable of losing weight, and that is not the case. If you are a human being, your body can lose the weight, okay? You're not like this alien from outer space. You can lose the weight, but the problem is you're doing the wrong thing, expecting it to work, and then you get frustrated. And most people don't track calories. They try these popular diets and think it's gonna work. They talk to someone at work, Karen at work, or Samantha or Jessica at work, and they told them that this diet worked for them, so they think it's gonna work for them as well. And when it doesn't work, they get frustrated, or they try to do these like weird little tricks about like only having one meal or like doing these exercises. And it's like, yes, exercise, yes, eat, but stop trying to skip the hard work, and that's just tracking calories. So if you're a woman who's serious about losing weight, click the link below, fill out the application. It's gonna give me some information about you, and I'll be able to see if we're a good fit together. And if we are, I'll reach out to you personally. But if you're serious about this, click the link below and let's see if we're a good match together.